Good morning, everybody, and I do mean good morning, Vietnam. Now I'm a big Frank Sinatra fan, I must admit. I have very wide musical tastes. I'm all over the place. This is I'll Never Be the Same from the album In the Wee Small Hours of the Morning, released in 1955. And it's considered, if I have my facts correct, the first or one of the first. But I think it's the first concept album where all the songs relate to each other, and it's like not really a story or a rock opera or anything like that, but it was all put together with like sad songs, I think is the gist of it. And that's what made it all relate. It just wasn't a group of just any old songs. But he did that a lot. If you look at a lot of his early albums, it was like something to do with the tropics, something to do with traveling, something to do with sailing. Let's sail away. Frankie's on a trip and he's going to, that kind of a thing. So, but this, I believe, if I'm right, In the Wee Small Hours of the Morning was the first. It's great stuff. I mean, if you've got an open mind for music and you're not going, ugh, Frank Sinatra, that's old people music. I mean, I did that when I was younger, My parents lived to listen to that. Ugh. But not now. I'm older than my parents, actually, as it goes. So, Frank Sinatra, I'll Never Be the Same. It's kind of a slow, sad song. I'll never be the same. Well, let's let Frank do it. Great album. I mean, you can already see he's sad. Look at that cover. Smoking his Lucky Strike.
I'll never be the same. Stars have lost their meaning for me.
And guess why? Why could that be?
I'll never be the same. Nothing's what it once used to be.
Sing it, Frankie.
And when the songbirds that sing tell me it's spring,
I think they're full of it.
I can't believe their song. Once love was king, but kings can be wrong.
Or something.
I'll never be the same. There is such an ache in my heart.
I went from Alice Cooper to Frank Sinatra this morning.
Never be the same since we're apart. Though there's a lot that a smile may hide, I know down deep inside I'll never be the same, never be the same again. I'll never be the same, never be the same again.
Poor Frankie. He's a sad guy. And He never wrote any. I don't think. Now maybe he tried at some point, but I don't think he wrote any of his own music. Well, I know he did 99% of it. He didn't write, and none of those people back in those days, those classic from that era people, singers, they sang other people's music. It's like Ella Fitzgerald, as great as she is, she sang like the Cole Porter library of music and all the rest of those big writers. Yeah. And that's one thing that made the Beatles stand out in the very beginning, that they wrote their own music. Now, yeah, in the very early years when they were just getting started, like any band will do, they'll kind of cover other people's stuff, of course. But it wasn't long and they were writing their own stuff. And that was unusual. You know, well, these guys write their own. And there is a band, Three Dog Night. They never wrote any of their own stuff. They sang other people's stuff. But they were really good at that. They put their own stamp on it, Three Dog Night. If you don't know Three Dog Night very well, check them out. I was going to say something else about the early writers, Frank Sinatra and all. Well, one thing is when you listen to these old recordings, I don't know what they did, what they used, what magic they had back in those days, but the recordings are awesomely great. Great sounding recordings. And that's 1955. And you can listen to something from 1980, 1990, or 2000s even, and it sounds like crap. Why? I don't know. Cheap studios? Now, you know Frankie was using the best there was. So that might have something to do with it. But still, it was 1955. I was 3 years old when that was recorded. 3, going on 4. 3 and a half. As kids do. I'm 3 and a half. All right. So, Frankie, thank you. I'll Never Be the Same. Great album. Check it out. All right, folks. I'm going to do another one later.